Hello and welcome to another video. I thought I did say about doing some videos on motorcycles. I thought, why not? Let's do the first one. Oh, Yamaha's bringing back a bike called a diversion. Sometimes you hear people calling it a divvy. It's called xj600, although now they've gotten to just putting one number, so it's xj6 and xj6 diversion. Well, they did have it out, just xj600 diversion. There was one with a fairing on, one without. They, for some reason, stopped it. For whatever reason it is, I'm not sure. Do it meet certain laws to get into the country? Not too sure, to be precise, but what they did was they replaced it with a different one called a phaser 600, which is pretty much the same thing, just it was made to replace the XJ. But 2009 is coming out, which means it'll probably be in the UK soon, within the next couple of months maybe, because they normally come out a couple of months before 2009. But anyway, it's now called xj600. Well, it was called xj600. It's now called xj6, and that is the unfaired version. It's got a slight. It has a little cowling, which is the plastic around the headlight. It got a little bit around it, but not as much. The xj6 diversion has a complete front fairing, more than the xj6. It's the same bike really, just one has a fairing, one doesn't. The only problem I think they're going to have is that they're keeping the phaser out there. That's the only problem. It's going to be like stealing their own sales kind of thing, because the phaser was brought out to replace the divvy, because they, for whatever reason, couldn't bring it out in the UK. And they stopped it. I don't know if they stopped it everywhere, just I know that they did in the UK. I think it was in 1999 or somewhere around the late 90s it stopped coming into the UK. Possibly early 2000s, but it's coming back. Yeah. Only thing is, the unfaired version looks a lot like the unfaired version of the newer phaser, and the fairing version of the diversion looks a lot like the old, like 1999 kind of phaser 600. The fairings are a lot like the same. I'll put some pictures at the end, except obviously the diversion has one headlight instead of two, but the shape of the fairing looks a lot the same. In general, the diversion, the new diversion, and xj6 both look a lot like the phaser 600. They look a lot like the new one, even though the fairing on the diversion looks a lot like the old fairing on the phaser. But overall, it looks a lot like the phaser. So it's pretty much making the same bike again, changing maybe the plastic and the colours, and calling it something different. It's almost a waste of time. Now if they were taking away the phaser and they replaced it back with a divvy, that would make sense, that'd be fine. But what I don't get is them selling basically 4 bikes that are the same. You've got the unfaired version of the phaser, unfaired version of the XJ, which look pretty much the same. And then you've got the fairing version of the divvy, and then the fairing version of the phaser, pretty much the same. I'm just thinking, why? What's the point? What are you trying to do here? Now they're saying it's the same engine, but it looks a lot like the phaser engine, and I've been talking to someone at work, and they seem to think they've heard that it's pretty much the same engine. It's the same engine. it's the same type of bike, therefore that's why one was made to replace the other originally, so bringing it back out as the same thing is pretty much just giving people more option, more variety, and gonna help you lose money, surely. I don't see the point in it myself. ABS is obviously is optional. For some reason they're still making it optional, although it's a good idea to put on compulsory really, but whatever. So the riding style you'd have on these bikes are the same. It's meant for the same kind of thing. Why they're bringing it back I don't know, and why they're going to have two pretty much the same bikes under different names sold, I don't know. I will probably find out, because I will probably be sent away on a course I believe will be about February time to go over new models of Yamahas, because I work at Yamaha dealer, if you didn't know that. And I'll probably find out more differences if there are any, and I'll explain it a bit more for you. As far as I know, as what I've seen, it's pretty much the same as the Phaser, and I can't see why they even bother if it is. A good point I quite liked is apparently the handlebars are adjustable to your riding style, so you can stay in control of it, and it makes you feel like dominant over the thing, so you have more control, that you can adjust it to where you want it. But what I can't overcome is this fact that they're the same, they're pretty much the same. I will put pictures at the end. I will put the xj6, the unfed version of the Phaser, then the diversion, then the old Phaser, to show you the fairing looks the same, and then probably the new fed Phaser, so you can see the rest of it looks the same. So stay tuned at the end to see it. But adverts I've seen for it on the internet, it's pretty much a town bike really, which is what the original was meant to be. Just something to go around. 600 is quite a good size because it's almost step between 125 and 1000 if you're not too sure or confident. To make that jump you got something in the middle, so it's a key bike, key number really, but doesn't make a lot of sense what they've done. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me anyway. But anyway, I'll leave you the pictures at the end. I hope you like the video, and I'll see you soon with another bike review. Bye.